Good evening. My name is Evan Larson, and I volunteered at the local Salvation Army food pantry. Salvation Army's mission is to meet human needs and to be a positive influence on the local community that it serves. Now, what does the local branch in Lincoln have to offer? Well, they offer an aftercare child service program which allows children of working mothers and fathers a place to go after school where they can do homework and just hang out until their parents are able to come pick them up. They also offer a food pantry, which allows qualifying clients to receive canned items, boxed items, frozen meats, bread, fruits, and vegetables. They also distribute donated goods such as coats, jackets, toiletries, and blankets, typically during the wintertime. And they also have a disaster relief branch, which helps distribute bottled water and clean up after natural disasters. Now, there were three interpersonal skills that I focused on during my volunteer work. The first one was effective communication. Every great leader has to be an effective communicator, and the supervisor of the food pantry exemplified this very well. She made sure that everybody knew what they were doing, how to do it, and that if they had any questions that they were answered swiftly and concisely. The second interpersonal skill that I focused on was empathy. A lot of these clients that were coming through, they're going through a very stressful period of their life. And, there were a lot of large families that came through, but there were also individuals who came through. And especially during COVID, they don't necessarily have a lot of human interaction. So the best thing that we can do is just to talk to them and just to show kindness to them. And that goes for every client. You have to be empathetic with them and show them compassion. The third interpersonal skill that I focused on was flexibility. In the Salvation Army, the clients came through at dispersed intervals. So if you were sweeping or mopping and a client came through, you had to drop what you were doing and you had to go serve them. And the same can be said with the child care program. If they needed help and you weren't serving any clients, you just had to drop what you were doing and you just had to go help them. I made several memorable interactions with clients as well as fellow volunteers. There are a lot of large families that came through, and coming from a large family, I remember the looks in my parents' faces, and I could tell when they were very stressed out. And I see those same looks in those clients' faces, and it gives me a little bit of an understanding of what they're going through. And a lot of times when clients weren't coming through and we were just cleaning, it gave me a great opportunity to interact and communicate with my fellow volunteers so that I got to know them better. And how did I specifically contribute to the Salvation Army? Well, I put a lot of time and effort into the Salvation Army, and I really tried to do my best and focus on those interpersonal skills that I had set out to better myself at and to improve myself as a leader. Skill development evaluation. How did my interpersonal skills grow during my volunteer work? Well, as for communication, being able to witness such a great communicator in my supervisor was such a great opportunity. I try to use those tactics that she uses in the food pantry and in my life, in my schoolwork, and in my home life. As for empathy, you had to show compassion and be empathetic to every person that came through the food pantry. And it's coming from Bartlesville, Oklahoma, and being an out-of-state student, I really had no idea what the community of Lincoln was really like. And being able to serve the community and interact with them and be a witness to them is such a great opportunity, and I really do feel like I have a good grasp of the community of Lincoln and what it is. As for flexibility, volunteering at the Salvation Army, you just had to be flexible, and I try to stay flexible in my life. If something comes up, I try to acknowledge it, adapt to it, and complete it in a timely manner. And I can attribute that mostly to the Salvation Army. And it's just an overall great experience. And I'm glad that I was able to volunteer with them. I met a lot of great people through it, and I hope to continue the interactions. And I want to thank everyone for watching my speech.